Hey yo everybody, welcome to another video, Heart of Yolk here. And guess what? I got news for you. Check it. I got a great ass and the people holler as I go and walk by with no pants or collar. They think it ain't real or they think they dreaming, but it's my life, is it true? So what's with all the screaming? I got the best, greatest ass and it's really slamming, but even with that ass I still respect the women. So I suggest to my channel they should all subscribe, even the babies with the right heads in the crib. Ayo, ayo, ayo. So, what in the world is this holiday about? Well, it's a bit hard to sum up, but I think I got this. Once upon a time, one of God's messengers, Abraham, got an order from God to decapitate his son, as a way to test his obedience, to see if he'll go through with it or not. So Abraham decided to do it, but as he was about to do it, his son was replaced by a goat, and the goat was killed instead of his son. And afterwards, God ordered Abraham to distribute the meat from the goat to the poor. So now, on the same day every year, families do the same thing, well, except for the part where the son goes under the blade. Now, personally, I say that's totally going half-assed, but hey, whatever man, to each their own. So yeah, basically, I'd say that's the main idea. So now, we celebrate it as one of two holidays every year. And the celebration lasts a couple of days usually, and you know how it is, like every holiday ever. Your view of the holiday season becomes very different as you age. Well, keeping that in mind, I'd like to share my experience with this event.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
Alrighty, so when I was 6 years old, it was the greatest couple of days ever. The night before it is filled with anticipation, you curl up trying to sleep and it's so freaking hard because you're so excited about it and you really want to sleep so the time passes and it's just fucking hell. Then you wake up next morning, which is the first day, to the happiest atmosphere to ever exist. It's almost surreal, kind of like you're in a Barney and Friends episode. And right from the early morning, there's plenty of fireworks, a lot of fucking candy and trail mix. And you visit your relatives and they visit you, and they're really, really nice as they try to buy your love with cash. And you know, at that age, let's face it, it's very easily bought. And they kiss ya like they give two smelly shits. And it's all very jolly stuff really, and that's usually the case for the two holidays. But this holiday in particular, the addition is how there is plenty of delicious meat around. There were some glorious feasts in those days, and when you're 6, you don't really care to question yourself where this food came from, so you have no idea of the struggles that the grown-ups went through to make it happen, so you just shut the fuck up and eat, and it's just fantastic. And so when it's over, you're left with a full stomach, plenty of sweets, and a whole lot of cash and toys. It's basically Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving combined. Okay, now when you're 12, it's still a very happy time, but with just a little few tweaks. Same thing as before, you're excited the night before, you wake up, fireworks and candy, you go to visit your relatives, and they're all telling you how much you've blossomed and how good looking you've become. And you know it's total bullshit because puberty hasn't hit yet and, well, you grew quite the patchy mustache that makes you look like a terribly groomed 1970s male stripper. But nevertheless, you take the compliments and you move on. Also, when you're this age, you can finally invite your dumbass friends over so you guys can go to the toy store and buy all kinds of useless bullshit, totally unsupervised, and it's just beautiful. So you end up getting a dartboard that Lord knows none of you is even remotely good at nailing with the darts. So instead, the newly painted wall gets it. And you know you're gonna have to face the music the moment your parents realize what you've done, but it's okay. It's all good. And you know why? Because you have your dear new friend pet, the goat in the backyard. You love this fella. Ever since he arrived to your house, you've discovered a whole new level of joy that you never knew existed. To the point where you have the best dreams that you're saving the city from evil butchers with him as the hero and you as the sidekick. And all the love songs on the radio finally make sense to you. You give him your love, you feed him every day before you even feed yourself. His shit smells like roses to you, so you look forward to cleaning it up every day. You even give him a name and you sit down to watch him slobber on them leaves for hours straight. Then one day you wake up to a loud slamming noise, only to find a goat skull on the kitchen counter with your dad trying to get access to his delicious brains with a spiked hammer. And at that moment, all the points connect. You realize how big a part you played in the demise of your dear friend. You fed him a lot, so he became all fat and juicy. You pet him and made him feel safe. He trusted you, and you completely butchered his trust. And then you take a bite, and the meat is delicious, so fuck it, who gives?
I don't want to set the world on fire.
At this age, the part where you can't sleep at all the night before is still true. But this time it's not because you're excited. It's because of the goddamn fireworks that are firing at 2 fucking a.m. So, because of the lack of sleep, you wake up tired, cranky, and looking like hell. The candy is still there, so that's great. The jolly crap atmosphere is still there as well. But this time, because you're sleep deprived, it's annoying and serves as quite a big addition to your headache. The relative reunions is completely different. It's so boring and filled with talk about politics, and it's not even the usual political discussion. It's a conversation where everyone in the room thinks they're Nelson fucking Mandela. Well, so anyway, when you're done visiting, you come home with a fucking goat in the car. You're ecstatic, finally home, sweet home. But the day isn't over. It's not over. You would think that the goat will be persuaded by food to get out of the back of the car into the yard. But no! Of course not. And so the man versus goat wrestling battle begins. The strategies, the mind games, the counterattacks and hitbutts, the soft dodges and headlocks. You're in a fight for your pride because it's the only thing you can't give up. The exchange of dominance testing your endurance. You have no choice but to unleash your secret weapon, the trash talk. The blood-boiling taunts shall be the leading factor to his demise. You can keep it up, motherfucker. After all, you'll be nothing but a hot meal on my plate by the end of the week, you say. It throws him off his A-game. Everything is moving in slow motion in that one moment. It's your chance. Grab it by the balls, not the goat, the chance. You noticed him going for a headbutt. You dodge softly to the right. You lock him in an unescapable headlock. You can feel it, the chance for victory. The whole gravity of the situation is shifting to your favor, and you finally send him flying out of the car, and so you rise with your head held high, victorious, even though he's the one shitting on your lawn 2 minutes later. Happy holidays, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.